Hey Cosmo. It's Kate at Kate's Garden Chicken Cat Rambles. It's just a little follow-up to a video that I'll be posting earlier in this, and I went ahead and watched it. I didn't do any editing of the video. I went ahead and posted it, and I didn't want it to seem so negative. I'd mentioned it as in a crossroads whether I was going to keep this channel going, and I am, just because the more I thought about it, even if I don't get a lot of feedback from other people, it's just, I can get stuff off my chest out loud. Sometimes, I mean, it can be the same thing you're saying to yourself in your head, but once you say it out loud, it's, even if you're the only one hearing it, sometimes you just get to say it out loud. So this is just a little follow-up on the Tarp business. Yeah, that is, of all the colors in the world, there's not a lot of colors I hate, but that shade of pink, I hate. I don't think people should ever put it on their bodies, their homes, their cars, anything. I like a soft, light baby pink. My mom used to call it teddy pink. I don't know why she did that, but the pink that is so super, super pale. So I'm using my surplus 4x4x18 to hold it down. And like I had mentioned earlier when I spread it out, I'm not going to need all of this length. I'll measure back around. Last summer I left this section here between the edge of that tarp and this pole. I left that open last summer, and then when we did get anything from the north, I just put a temporary blue tarp up there. But this year I'm going to go ahead and wrap it all the way around. So this is 5x15. I can't do the math right now, but I'm going to wrap it from the edge of that peach colored tarp there, and it'll go around all the way around to the opposite side and just past that table. So only the area where you see the plant between the table and the gate to the kennel run will be open. And this year, because we are predicting to get a little more winter, one thing about these tarps that they are so heavy that, you know, if it's really windy, I can weigh down the bottoms. I ordered a bunch of heavy-duty, large carabiners to hang it with. Last year, I hung it with some clips and some garden things that I just had, and it's held up. You can see some of those, that green. Those are a serrated zip tie for like gardening and plants, and they're really strong, but they're reusable. But I've gone through a lot of those between the garden and lots of projects, and you know, some of them do wear out. The cheaper ones like this that I got off Temu, they're hard plastic, so I think they disintegrate a little faster, but this is the hard plastic ones that came from Temu. I mean, they're strong and they're still holding up pretty well, but this lighter one here, I don't want to touch it too much because it's touching the spider web. I know there's not a spider in it, but just the feeling of that just creeps me out. Here's a better example. That's the one from Temu. It's really dark. This one's lighter, and it's more of a rubbery, a little more, I guess, silicone to it feeling. So anyway, yeah, as I was stretching this out, besides being horrified by the hot pink, I mean, really, I was truly horrified. That's just, I don't know whoever thought of that is making that a legit color. Only in some tropical place. Oh my God, there's a spider running. Look at it. Or is that a cricket? Oh, it's a cricket. So there is a pretty good sized hole. See the little spider web things right here in the middle. But as I've said, I was going to, once I get it around, I was going to cut a few windows in it, and then I don't know, I'll use some Gorilla Glue or some of that I don't know, it's a waterproof adhesive stuff, and put clear plastic so that there'll be more, it won't be like a black tunnel in the coop run this year. They'll have some windows, but nothing that wind can get through. And by keeping it in one big heavy piece, it will ensure that no wind can get in around it. And then of course I've got to order the hinges and the latch, and this is what I'm going to be painting and making their door with. This was last year's door. like I said, that had hung from the top, and then you lifted it from the bottom, and that was just a rudimentary chicken door, which I used when it was really cold and windy, but otherwise I left it open most of the time. But that's just a pallet framework with the vinyl over it, and I could probably still use it, but I'd have to cut it in half because it's one big piece, and where that table I built in there is now, there's no way I could lift it up. So I'm gonna make, like I said, a new wall, and I'm gonna make it solid, on the table edge, and then right at the edge of the table is where I'm gonna cut the wall and put a hinge so that I can open it up to the outwardly, so I can, it's my finger, so I can open it up this way and get into the coop. Yeah, that board that's hanging is just a board that's wedged on the bottom of the coop there. It looks like it got the fall apart. It isn't. It's a 2x4 that's just wedged between those 4x4 posts to keep them from kicking litter out. Typically I can lift it up and I can scrape all the litter out into the bin. And here they all are. Of course, Mom's out here talking with the camera, so we all gotta come and see what's up. Yeah, that's how Laddie feels about it. So yeah, he and Cosmo are quite the pair. Like everyone was saying, your roosters are gonna fight, they're gonna kill each other, all those chickens are gonna tear up your yard, you'll never have grass again. Well, my roosters are buddies, and I got a lot of grass, so yeah, there's exceptions to every little rule, huh? So anyway, I'm not planning on stopping the channel anytime soon. Like I said, I'll keep doing it. My dental work stuff should be done at the end of this week, midway through this week, you know, for them to make it, and then fitting and make it, whatever, anyway. And then I will schedule a live, and I hope that a lot of you will come to it. I'll make a short video announcing when the live will be, and then I would love to chat and meet with some of you guys. That'd be great. But so out there, the vinyl's getting the sun, and I hope, like that little web thing, I hope the sun, maybe some birds will land on it later and eat any little bugs or spiders. But last year, it was the first time I'd used the vinyl, and so I'd cut all these rough edges off and, you know, had just the perfect height. But so this year, I'm not going to be so anal about it. I'm going to flip over one side. So it'll be a double thickness at the top where I put the carabiners in and hook it to the frame of the kennel. And I'll leave enough on the bottom, so if I have to, I can use carabiners to hold it down. Or I can also, if we don't use this for hawk net, cut it in half and leave the bottom long enough that I can use it to hold the bottom down for wind. And then when it's not so windy, I can roll it up. The one thing about having it in one big piece all the way around is it makes it harder to roll it up, especially if you have it tight. So that's why I wanted to put windows, so that there could be some light in there. They're still going to get plenty of airflow up here around the top. And once their wall is up here in the coop and the winter 2x4s get wedged back into those places, they'll be out of any direct wind for the winter, and they'll be good to go no matter how cold or snowy we get, if we even get any of that. So anyway, I was just in there thinking, you know, I hope the video I just posted doesn't sound all really whiny and negative, which I'm not. I'm actually quite positive. I just, I don't know, maybe it's because it's Labor Day and it's too hot to be outside doing anything. I'm just laying around letting my mind think too much, which that is a problem with me. I think too much, and that's probably what causes some of my self-esteem issues, is because I just think too much. Hey guys, you want some cherry tomatoes? So I've got a bunch in the house. When they get ripe, I've been throwing them over for the chickens, and they get to them. You know, it's red. They like to peck it red. The other day I made a mistake. I made sure I didn't have the red Crocs on, but I had a red shirt on. And I put on my rain boots who have the little chickens on them. Not thinking about the fact that Laddie hates those little chickens on my rain boots. He always has. I don't know why. I don't know if he finds it as an affront. Who knows, you know? So many people get butt hurt by the dumbest shit these days. Maybe I got one of those kind of roosters. But he attacked me, and he doesn't like the boot, so he flogged me. All he did was make this bruise right here. And that little spot there on the edge of my foot. Which, he didn't put a hole in the boot, but he managed to make that injury on my foot. Anyway. So, I ordered some new rain muck boots. Knee-high, and this time they're going to be all gray. And so gray is a color that he doesn't mind. And I'll just save my chicken ones for other things. I mean, never hurts to have a couple pair of rain boots. And I didn't go for expensive, super expensive, special lug soles. It's not like I walk in a lot of mud or over gravel or really need a high performance farmer work boot. But hi, I know he's coming over here to make sure I'm not going to bust through the fence and touch his women. I know, he's young. He's doing what his nature's telling him to do. I'm trying to see if I got an egg in there. Earlier when I was filming, we saw little Miss Lily in there. See if the other Leghorn Cross is still in there. Looks like she might have gotten out. It's hard to tell. See if I can walk in there without being attacked by their fancy pants. Come on. Yesterday, I set the camera up to film them, and they pooped on the very bottom of my tripod. And see, you got an egg under there. Are you just feeling a little broody? So no egg from your sister, though she was sitting in here. Yeah, it's the times maybe you just feel like you gotta let one out, but you really can't. Yeah, what's up, Daisy? She's just feeling broody. So she's got the fan over here on her. You can see the little feather blowing. Though it is hot. You barely have to move and you're busting out a sweat. There's Daisy. Alright, you guys, you got cold ice water, treats. Everyone's good. Some clouds do keep coming out, and that's nice, but anyway, so those are the plans so far. Yeah, I could not believe. I'm still just flabbergasted that someone would make a huge billboard sign that hot pink, but you know, the more annoying the color, the more attention it'll grab. I learned that years ago when I was at Edinburgh School newspaper, but also there was this, growing up in Oklahoma City, we had this woman who had a big stereo equipment store. Her name was Linda Soundtrack. She had the most annoying voice in commercials, but she was making millions. And that's when I really learned at a young age that for marketing and advertising purposes, there is a strategy. And often what is most annoying and most grating, most hurtful to the eyesight, like that color pink, or the ears, like her voice, is so annoying that it gets your attention and you don't forget their name. You remember them simply because of the annoyance. But anyway, all right, I'm rambling. I just wanted to say I'll let you guys know later in the week what day we'll have a live. It'll probably be in the evening. I know we've got some lights for when Paul had his photography business, so that way I make sure I have plenty of lights. I'll probably do it inside. I'll find a place to do it innocuous. Probably I'll just sit in my bed and do it, and we'll just have a little bit of live and chat, okay? Anyway, it's Labor Day. I'm trying not to do any more labor than necessary. I cleaned the kitchen, that's enough. Laundry I caught up yesterday, and I'm gonna go back in, settle my booty in the air conditioning, and until time to check on these guys and count feet, make sure everyone's in bed, I'm gonna go in the house and hide. You guys have a great holiday. Bye.